Jessa Duggar never thought something as simple as changing the food in her kitchen could ripple into her entire life. But sometimes the smallest shift, made quietly, privately, can transform a home, a heart, and even a family's legacy. It all began on a breezy Wednesday morning. Her youngest had woken up crying again, rubbing his little belly with that same pained expression she had seen too many times. The sleepless nights, the sudden rashes, the crankiness after meals, they all tugged at her heart. Jessa sat on the edge of the bed, holding him close, feeling helpless. "I think something isn't working," she whispered to Ben as the baby snuggled into her shoulder. Ben, ever the calm one, nodded. He said, "I think you're right. We'll figure it out together." Little did they know that moment would begin a journey they never expected. A doctor's suggestion. Later that afternoon, after a long pediatric appointment filled with questions and gentle observations, the doctor offered a thought Jessa hadn't considered. "It might be dairy," she said kindly. "Some babies struggle to process it. Removing dairy for a while can sometimes make a world of difference." Jessa blinked. Dairy? Their house practically ran on milk, cheese, casseroles, and creamy Southern recipes passed down through generations. It felt impossible, but she saw the worry in her son's tired eyes. He needed relief. So she nodded. "All right, let's try it." Clearing the fridge. That evening, Jessa rolled up her sleeves and opened the refrigerator like a woman preparing for battle. Cheese, yogurt, butter, half and half, leftover mac and cheese, casseroles from the weekend. She sighed. "This is basically 80% dairy," she muttered. Ben quietly joined her, helping her sort what could be given away and what needed to be tossed. "It's just for a little while," he reminded her, "and it might help him feel better." Jessa smiled. "You're right. And hey, maybe we'll discover something new." The first week. Learning, failing, laughing. The first week of going dairy-free was memorable. Her first attempt at dairy-free lasagna collapsed like a defeated accordion. Ben still ate 2 servings, insisting it was almost good. The kids asked at least 20 times where the cheese went. Jessa accidentally bought almond nog instead of almond milk, and the blender nearly broke trying to make homemade cashew cream. But in the middle of the chaos, something gentle began to shift. Her baby stopped crying as much. His rashes softened. He slept a little longer. He smiled more. And Jessa felt hope blossoming inside her. One afternoon, as sunlight streamed through the kitchen windows, Jessa found herself cooking a new recipe, sweet potato soup with coconut milk. It smelled warm, comforting, almost peaceful. The house was unusually calm. The baby napped softly in his swing. The older kids colored quietly at the table. Ben hummed a soft tune while sweeping the floor. And for the first time in a long while, Jessa felt still. She didn't realize how much the baby's discomfort had been weighing on her heart until she felt it lifting. The gentleness of this moment struck her deeply. "This feels good," she whispered to herself. "This feels right." Unexpected support from everywhere. When she posted a tiny hint about her dairy-free experiment on social media, just a simple photo of oat milk lattes, she didn't expect what happened next. Her inbox flooded. Messages from moms who had gone through the same thing, recipes from friends, encouraging notes from strangers, stories from people she'd never met. Suddenly, she didn't feel alone. Some messages made her cry, soft, grateful tears. Some made her laugh, especially the one titled, "How to Survive Dairy-Free Cheese." Spoiler, you don't. But every message reminded her of something powerful. People understood. People cared. People were cheering her on. Past the weeks, the changes inside the home became even more noticeable. Her son's skin cleared, his sleep settled, His laughter returned, bright and bubbly. The other children began enjoying new foods they once refused. Ben discovered he liked oat milk smoothies more than the real thing. And Jessa felt herself waking up each morning with more energy, more peace, more joy. Something about removing dairy had removed stress too, a surprising side effect she didn't expect. Their home felt lighter, not because of the food itself, but because they were doing this together. One night, after the kids were asleep, Jessa sat with Ben on the couch. "You know," she said softly, "I didn't think such a small change could bring so much peace." Ben glanced at her, smiling warmly. "You followed your heart. You saw your son hurting, and you took action. That brings peace." She leaned her head on his shoulder. "I'm glad we did this." "I'm proud of you," he whispered. And in that quiet, gentle moment, Jessa realized something important. This wasn't just a diet change. It was a shift in how they cared for each other. As a month passed, Jessa stood in her kitchen again, this time confidently mixing a creamy coconut milk pasta as the kids played nearby. Her home felt warm, fragrant, balanced. She glanced at her baby, now giggling happily in his high chair, smearing sweet potatoes across his face. He was thriving. Her family was thriving, and she felt renewed. Jessa closed her eyes and breathed in deeply. This journey, filled with messy dinners, burnt recipes, tears, laughter, and late-night research, had brought her something she didn't even know she needed. A gentle change, a gentle life, a gentle heart. And as she served dinner with a smile, she whispered softly, This is exactly where we're meant to be."